This is the way.
And what is it about noble sacrifices that always gets to me?
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, tasty morsels. It's Reverse BLT here, and I am about to watch episode 7, the penultimate episode of the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. This episode is entitled The Spies. That's interesting. I'm wondering who the spies are. I'm assuming it refers to those folks who have been only pretending to have been genuinely converted by the New Republic's amnesty program. So the former Imperials who are still loyal to leadership from the remnants. So, for instance, why can't I think of her name? The Polynesian-looking actress who the former communications officer from Moff Gideon's ship, and possibly quite a few other people in the amnesty program, as well as some people who were supposedly just, members of regular society during the transition from the Empire to the Republic, who are still loyal to the old regime. I'm guessing that's who the spies in the title are. Could, though, be another faction that's spying on behalf of some other group. Not really sure. The previous episode, we saw the darksaber find its way back into the hands of Bo-Katan. And based on, what I kind of wondered about in the episode where, was that episode 2, where they encountered the creature in the mech suit on Mandalore, and it captured Din and disarmed him, but then Bo-Katan grabbed the darksaber that it had taken off of Din and used it to defeat it, right?
Correct!
And so at that time, I was sitting here watching the episode, I was like, wait a minute, doesn't this mean that the darksaber is hers now? And they addressed that last episode with Din basically following the same line of logic to return the darksaber to her so that she could have this symbol of legitimacy to get the Night Owls to follow her again instead of the, I'll be honest, kind of jackass that they were following before. Because, and I thought there was some really good subtle storytelling going on in the fight there. There's like a concept in stage fighting and things like that, everything that happens in a fight should be part of telling the story. It's like the punches and, blows and everything else, every exchange is basically like a sentence of dialogue, except you're speaking with your fists, so to speak, and it should be moving the story forward. And I loved how they applied that in that fight, because we got to see the fact that he was an unworthy leader in the way that he fought her, because he was willing to put his people in danger constantly throughout that fight, trying to beat her, whereas she was taking great care not to damage anything, not to hurt anybody, even him. She was like, honestly, like, in a lot of ways, like trying to disarm, really clearly trying to disarm rather than seriously injure or kill. And she was being more defensive than she could have been. She could have been far more aggressive and deadly had she wanted to be. And I think watching the way that they fought each other was a really good indication of the fact that she is a better leader than he is. She cares more about her people than he does. And I thought that was really cool. Like, watching how they actually brought that forward in the fight was one of my favorite things about the episode. And so now we have, basically Bo-Katan being recognized, I think, by the armorer as potentially the new leader of their people. And now the Night Owls have rejoined her. So, yeah, it looks like she's on track to heal the schism and become the new Mandalore. But we have one big monkey wrench in things. At the end of the episode, we saw that the New Republic cop, so to speak, whose name I can never remember because I'm not really sure they ever actually said it. I know people online know it, but I'm not sure that they said it in the episodes. So either it happened in another piece of media that I haven't seen yet, like maybe one of the cartoons, or it just was never said and it's just in data banks out online, or I just missed it somehow because Lord knows that wouldn't be the first time that happened. I do that all the time. But he found the derelict Lambda shuttle that had been carrying Moff Gideon, and it had clearly been attacked, and Moff Gideon, or at least looked like it had been attacked, and Moff Gideon was nowhere to be seen. The other people on the shuttle, presumably his guards, the transport guards for the New Republic, were dead. And there was Beskar embedded in the walls. So it was clearly meant to look like Mandalorians took him. The question, of course, is whether or not the Mandalorians actually did take him, or if he just staged it to look like that. Both of those possibilities spell out different things, Obviously, if he staged it to look like he was taken by Mandalorians, then he was taken by his own people, his own forces, and wants to put the blame on the Mandalorians to maybe sort of preemptively turn the New Republic against them. And if he genuinely was taken by Mandalorians, then it's because they're upset that he probably wasn't going to get what they believe he deserved in Republic justice for what he did to Mandalore. Either one is leads to interesting possibilities storytelling wise, and I'm curious to see where we go. But yeah, let's get right into it and see whether or not the schism really is healed, who these spies are. So I think they're probably Moff Gideon spies. And also whether this will tie into the rumblings moving forward for Grand Admiral Thrawn to make his appearance.
You set me up.
I feel so sorry for him. Poor Pershing. Getting mind flayed. That's tech we will have in pretty short order, to be perfectly honest. We can already kind of do it to a limited degree. Back on Coruscant. No, we going into the lower levels? Something we don't really get to see much of in Star Wars universe. I'm looking to see if any of these cars are actually on the ground. Because if so, then we're down pretty far. Interesting. Well, an Imperial droid. Really? Right out in the open like this?
What?
Bo-Katan Kryze led a squadron of Mandalorians alongside Din Djarin and his covert.
This cannot be. Those two factions are sworn enemies.
Which is why I contacted you with haste.
The worst possible place to have this meeting. Just new versions of his robot troopers. I can't remember what he called them, but from was it season 2? No, wait. Yeah, season 2. Were those clones?
Grand Admiral Thrawn's return will herald in the reemergence of our military and provide Commandant Hutz enough time to deliver on Project Necromancer.
Interesting.
Captain Pelion.
I like watching how it ties together with the sequels and stuff.
And yet I see, once again, that Grand Admiral Thrawn is missing from your delegation.
Hmm?
Any word on when he will be able to participate?
Maybe now?
With respect, our one hope for success relies upon the secrecy of his return.
Perhaps it's time we look to new leadership.
Here.
No. So is that how we're closing you out, Moff Gideon?
Mandalorians, I am increasingly confident that they are preparing to retake their home world of Mandalore.
A research in Mandalore would hamper our efforts.
Which is why we need to stamp them out now.
Moff Gideon's got a cool theme.
We shall be rid of the Mandalorians once and for all. Long live the Empire!
Long live the Empire!
I see your play here, Gideon. It's not gonna work out. Thrawn's gonna take care of you, man. I don't know if it's gonna be this episode or next episode, but it's probably gonna come pretty swiftly. It's also really cool seeing how they're you know, working that in, because that was from, you know, what, Legends, Grand Admiral Thrawn, like the old expanded universe continuity. Yet they're managing to bring it in to this and working it into all the stuff that they've already done in the new canon.
I'll bet you half that fleet was captured from the Empire.
So, they're on our side then?
I should hope so. They're our welcome guests.
You better hope so. That thing is capable of like glassing that planet. The amount of firepower that gets casually thrown around by ships in the Star Wars universe is ridiculous. Like, they regularly have city ships that are capable of destroying entire worlds. Hell, any random fighter in the Star Wars universe could level an entire city.
I hope these two groups get along. They've never met. And what little they know of each other, they hate.
They will if they want to survive.
They'll just have to talk it out. Are you gonna land a cruiser? Oh, Star Wars, I love you. Never change, man. Your ridiculous sci-fi magic. You know, the very first thing that the Night Owls are going to do just to piss off these guys is they're just all going to take their helmets off. I already know it. They're just all going to take their helmets off, and you're just going to hear this big hushed murmur ripple through Death Watch. What did I say?
Welcome, fellow Mandalorians.
Stop staring them down. Jeez, guys. Have some decorum, for crying out loud.
That's all the way from Coruscant, so you might want to wait for a smaller gathering before you open it.
Thank you.
Just get, like, really tiny shot glasses. Hey! What's up there, IG-11?
Oh, my sweet summer child.
Wait a minute. That's not a droid. That's
What did you do to
it's a
IG-11?
mecha.
Oh, no, that's IG-12 now. The pilot provides cognition.
Yes.
Okay. That is hilarious, but also horrible at the same time.
Bad baby. Oh, it's squeezy.
It was squeezy.
Let's see if he fits.
Oh my goodness. I have such mixed feelings about this whole thing.
So what do you think?
Maybe when he's older. No.
Yeah.
What do you mean, no? No.
Oh my god. I love this way of giving him his first words without him really actually talking.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's so great. I'm still sad that IG-11 didn't get to come back as an actual being, but this is hilarious, and I love it.
No. Yes. Give it no.
Now you gotta pay for that. Bad baby.
Here. This isn't working for me.
You ever get change back? The heck, you just give people money and they never give you change? Are we all just gonna stand here staring at each other? Seriously?
Mandalorians, it is time to retake our homeworld.
How can anyone hear you right now? Come on.
We send down a small recon party. We'll scout the surface, find out what remains of the Great Forge, and establish a safe perimeter. Only then will we bring down the others.
You know what? She makes pretty good plans.
Strategery.
I need volunteers from both tribes.
There you go. You know what, Bo? I'm getting behind you now as the leader as the new Mandalore. There you go.
I will go. Grogu as well.
That's smart. I mean, he's gonna take Grogu anyway, but actually saying it, yeah, my little child, my little freaking foundling is gonna go too.
I will go.
Shame some of the adults into joining.
I will go.
Damn well better.
I will go.
There you go.
I will go.
I am Spartacus.
I will go.
You're gonna die. I have never seen you before. You're gonna die. Same with you.
I will go.
Same with you.
I will go.
You too.
I will go. I will go as well.
Oh no, Armorer, now you're gonna die. We needed one person who we knew to sacrifice themselves. It's gonna be you. How much of the fleet are you taking? I don't know why. I thought they had more than one of those light cruisers.
Scouting party descending to surface. We'll lose comms shortly.
don't you guys have like satellites or things you can put intermediate? Because all you had to do is like put a sheepdog trail, So you put one just above where the interference starts, one in the middle, or maybe a couple in the middle, and then one below it.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really?
That way you have a continuous line of communication so that your fleet doesn't get like half destroyed by Moff Gideon and his forces while you're down here checking things out, and you be none the wiser.
It's worse than I thought.
I was here when it happened.
Wow. I tell you, I'm not going to get over that anytime soon. Thinking about the fact that those jets should have just like incinerated everyone down there when she did that little flyby while landing.
Repeat to yourself, it's just a show. I should really just relax.
We'll survey the surface until we find the forge and create a safety zone. Only then will we begin to bring down the settlers. Form up.
It's too bad you guys don't have a few more capital ships. What? It reminded me of the sand sailors or whatever from Avatar. The Last Airbender, not James Cameron's.
Do you have food?
Yes, do you have food?
They're Mandalorians.
Wow. There were Mandalorians who were still here. Or these other groups who came because they heard that they were coming back. And maybe they haven't just been here this whole time.
We knew you would not forsake us, Lady Bo-Katan.
Now, it would have taken a long time to build all this crap, so they must have been here.
They bombed every surface twice over.
Hey, is that... Oh my goodness, it's, Oh, I can't think of his name right now.
Because you're wrong.
A warning to the whole galaxy, because we refuse to surrender.
We were hidden on the moon of Concordia.
Are you Death Watch?
Death Watch exists no longer. It's shattered into many warring factions.
Our people have suffered time and again.
Interesting.
It is always our own division that destroys us.
I had no idea. We were taught that everyone but us had forsaken the way, selfish and uncaring. Now I understand.
That's how othering works.
I was selfish. And this is what it wrought.
We'll rebuild it. Isn't that our history?
I don't know if I can keep everyone together.
All you can do is try.
What means more to me is honor, and loyalty, and character. These are the reasons I serve you, Lady Kryze.
Oh,
Your song is not yet written.
someone's pledging.
I will serve you until it is.
Din Djarin, knight of the random critter that attacked them on that planet, which name I don't know. There you go. It's little things. Every little thing you do to show respect to each other builds those bonds. Did he die?
Captain, those of you who are well enough can join us in the search for the Great Forge.
We can do better than that.
Yeah, I imagine they know where it is. They've been here this whole time.
We can bring you there.
Yeah, I always find it like the concepts of land ships interesting.
Okay, weirdo.
This is where we're gonna find out what's going on up there. It's gonna emerge from the cloud into a battle, or we're just gonna see it explode and fall out of the sky. Really, guys? A bit on the nose, isn't it? It's a metaphor!
Can't move an enforcer like that. It's a flank jump, and you're about to submit. But only the wing guard can flank jump.
No. Conflict over rules, eh? It's a metaphor!
These primitives make up their own rules for everything.
How did he not get knocked out taking an elbow to the head without a helmet? An armored elbow to the head. It is armored, isn't it? Because I could swear I saw armor on his elbow. Yeah, Grogu! The Peacemaker. I still say he's ultimately the Mandalorian of the title.
You taught your apprentice well.
You didn't learn that from me.
Young Mandawan, because he is both Mandalorian and Jedi. Really? How long is it taking them to go up here? I get that they just wanted to do it for dramatic effect, but come on. Here it comes.
Prepare to receive rescued survivors in need of medical attention.
Copy, Gauntlet.
Here it comes. Wait a minute. Please tell me that the spies of the title doesn't refer to these Mandalorians. What's going on? Oh, random critter. Go hit her! This land ship you guys built doesn't have any weapons? There's really more, was it Ghidorah than Godzilla? Or is it Gamera? Which one is the turtle?
You are made of stupid.
Yet again, I find myself wondering what the heck these giant critters of Star Wars eat. Wait, is this the Great Forge? That thing's freaking huge. What did they make in that thing? Beskar ships?
Those aren't Mandalorians.
That's what he wanted the Beskar, all that Beskar for, yeah. Makes sense. Okay, wait a minute. Why did yours block the blast, but the other guys didn't? Oh, it's time to break out that darksaber.
Okay, kid. You've got to keep up.
Even in a robot body, Grogu looks funny running. Seriously, do you guys not have any grenades? What am I saying? Using them in a cave structure like this probably would be a really bad idea.
You think?
If they did have grenades. Now in here, though, oh crap, lost your chance. What?
What is this place?
It's an ambush.
Grogu, use the Force. Grogu, the Force.
Disarm him.
Wow, now this is some fucking cultural appropriation right here, man.
Stay woke.
With the freaking horns on his helmet like classic Death
I have
Watch.
created the next generation Dark Trooper suit, forged from Beskar alloy. And the most impressive improvement is that it has me in it.
What an asshole.
The cloners, the Jedi, and even the Mandalorians. By aggregating the best of each, I will create an army that will bring order to the galaxy.
I mean, I don't disagree with the concept of taking the best from every culture.
Activate the interceptors and bombers.
No!
Are these Beskar reinforced fighters and stuff?
In but a few moments, the purge of Mandalore will be complete.
Grogu, use the Force. Grogu, what are you doing, man?
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
You should have. I mean, that's true.
We have to stop meeting like this.
I'll make sure of it.
Giancarlo Esposito loves these roles, you can tell. Just choose the
I
scenery.
believe this is the part where you return the darksaber to its rightful owner.
This is the way.
Move out! Move out!
I'll cover the rear!
So are you the one who's dying? Is that hole even big enough for him?
Come on! We're not leaving you behind!
Go!
No!
This is the way.
And what is it about noble sacrifices that always gets to me? Oh, nice having the barrel glowing. You're overheating, my dude. Nice. Go out like a fucking boss. Oh shit. Come on, dude. Take their weapon. Oh man, these fuckers. Yeah, you fought well, man. At the end. Ugh.
Want more? Oh.
Yeah, Jon Favreau got to write his own death scene. Well, that was a momentous episode. Some wonky stuff going on with time there, but because like it was hard to kind of place. I guess I can take these out actually now. Kind of hard to place what was exactly was happening, time-wise sometimes, because it seemed like the trip to orbit that the armorer took a really long time, like way longer than it should have. And I'm assuming it mainly was, the scenes progressed the way they did just for storytelling purposes, but it makes it very difficult to tell where we are timeline-wise, or like how long we should expect something to take. I'm trying to figure out like how long are they going to have to try to stop Moff Gideon's fighters and bombers from getting up there. And also, like, I don't know, it's just strange that they had them planet side. I don't know, like, it seems to me like it would have been faster to deploy them from orbit, maybe hide them on Concordia or something, and just like, I don't know, but I don't know how far away that is. It's so hard to gauge all this stuff in Star Wars. Like, how long is it going to take to get from point A to point B and engage forces? I mean, we had, like, in the previous episode, an entire hyperspace trip to Coruscant seemed to happen pretty much instantly. And in this episode, like I said, it took seemingly hours, if not the better part of a day, for a fighter ship to go up to orbit. So I'm just confused. That said, though, I enjoyed the developments of this episode. I liked watching the different elements of the Mandalorian culture trying to get over their differences with each other, and just be reminded of the fact that they're all one people. And I thought it was a really nice scene seeing Bo-Katan relate the truth of what happened, like how Mandalore fell and how the darksaber ended up with Gideon, and the fact that unlike what her loyalists believed, that she did actually surrender. She didn't try to fight all the way to the end because she wanted to save her people, and that in the end the problem was that they were fighting against a completely dishonorable foe. And I really love the acting on behalf of the one character who's I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, the black guy.
Who's the black guy?
Just the look on his face while she was telling the story, of just like, you could see all of the anger and betrayal and all that in his face, and I thought that was fantastic. And then you had like another nice touch when she was walking by while they had the guy who was on the gurney, or on the bed, I guess, and he just sort of tried to reach out to her, just like that idea, like, just kept giving me like again, like I keep thinking of the Arthurian legend, like where you just have like these knights and everything basically, and like it's like the awe and reverence they have for their king or their queen in this case. And we even had a scene with basically Din Djarin becoming a knight, basically. I mean, she didn't knight him or anything, but he did the whole pledging himself to her thing, pledging himself to her cause, pledge fealty, basically. One thing, though, that I am 100% confused by is why the hell was this episode called The Spies? I mean, where were these spies, man? Who was spying on someone? I mean, I'm super confused by that. There's that title makes no sense. I'm wondering if they got the titles mixed up. Like maybe the final episode is supposed to be The Spies, because there were no spies in this episode. But aside from that, the other thing that was really cool was seeing the council of the Shadow Council of the Empire, or the remnants of the Empire, plotting and trying to set up the necessary conditions for Grand Admiral Thrawn's master plan. And I find it funny watching Gideon try to sort of position himself to
Punch against sleepy times! Say no!
hard to beat. Trying to position himself to sort of like replace Thrawn as the leader in that group. That is not going to go well for him. And considering how great of a strategist Thrawn is, I imagine that he accounted for Gideon's ambition and is letting him kind of do his own thing on purpose, for a time. Because the thing that really struck me was what Gideon said, which is smart, about aggregating the best elements of disparate cultures to create a stronger, more sort of resilient force. I think that is something that would appeal to Thrawn, and he knows that Gideon has already been pursuing this. He already has a lot of stuff in place to further that goal. So yeah, I think he's content to just sort of let him do that for a while. And asking for the special guard, what are those guys called, the Praetorians? Probably might, that might also be part of the plan, because those guys are not following, Gideon's orders, not ultimately. And I think when it's time for Thrawn to make his move, Gideon could be easily disposed of by those three. As we saw, their weaponry appears to be basically designed to go through Beskar. So, yeah, I think Gideon is in more trouble than he realizes. It was fun watching Grogu pilot IG-11's body around, even though I'm still really sad that we don't get IG-11 himself back. But I guess he's gone forever, so I'm just gonna have to start getting used to calling this shell IG-12. And it's not a droid anymore, it's just a mech suit. But that was fun. And Bo-Katan continues to show that she is a worthy leader. She cares about her people, she makes smart plans, she holds her, a composure. She keeps her composure, I should say, under pressure. And, she knows when to step in and when to back off. Though I will say that Grogu beat her a little bit in that respect, knowing when to step in, because he stopped those two idiots from killing each other. And I think, but then again, Bo-Katan herself couldn't have stepped in. I just thought about that. She is, the armor says she walks both worlds, but she is well known for being the leader of the Night Owls. And she's, again, apostate probably to a lot of Death Watch. And she's a grown woman as well, so accomplished fighter. Whereas Grogu is still looked at by most people as just being a kid. He's a foundling, he's young. So there's a power that people of sort of low standing, so to speak, can have to defuse
nerd alert
situations like this, because of the fact that no one really loses face directly. You don't feel like you're being beaten by the person who's telling you to stop. Instead, you feel almost like you're making a concession to someone who, out of the kindness of your heart, rather than because they forced it out of you. Does that make sense? So a lot of times that works better. So Grogu did really good there.
Bad grammar overload.
Fun episode. Like I said, the time stuff just confused me a little bit, and I still don't know why the hell it was called Spies. If you guys What do you guys think? Do you think that they just mixed the titles up? That this was supposed to be the title for
Again?
That this was supposed to be the title for the finale, or do you think that that they just titled it this for no good reason? I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments. Let me know what you think of the season so far. What do you think is going to happen going into the next episode? How the big showdown with Gideon's going to go? I assume they're going to pull something out at the end. I think that the reversal is going to come at the hands of Grand Admiral Thrawn. And I think Gideon's about to get his comeuppance and exit the show. But let me know what you guys think. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys watching this stuff with me. I love talking to you in the comments and everything, and I want you to do your best, as always, to stay safe and be well. And I will see you for the next one. May the Force be with you. Bye-bye.
Grogu is too young to operate heavy machinery. Maybe when he's older.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Bitch, did I stutter?
Get him out of there.